Let's get right into this. Number 10. Kids saying this house was different before. This house was different before. Sure, because kids are clearly real estate historians now. Apparently, your 6-year-old remembers the 2013 floor plan better than Zillow. But here's the uncomfortable part. Children do notice spatial inconsistencies faster than adults. Their hippocampus is still wiring up, which means pattern detection runs loud while rational filtering is still buffering. Adults overwrite memories to stay sane. Kids don't. They store raw files. That's why they notice door placements, window heights, stair counts. Your brain edits reality to survive daily life. Theirs records it like CCTV. Studies show children recall environmental layouts with higher accuracy than adults, especially in familiar spaces. That's not imagination. That's unfiltered perception. And then there's memory reconsolidation. Every time you recall a memory, your brain slightly rewrites it. Kids recall less often, so their files degrade less, meaning the before they're talking about might actually be older than your version. So when a kid says the house feels wrong, it's not spooky, it's inconvenient, because someone's memory has been auto-updated, and it probably wasn't theirs. Number 9. Child recalling another version of parents. You used to be different people. Nothing humbles you faster than your kid casually uninstalling your personality, but children do this a lot. They describe parents with different habits, voices, even emotional ranges. Psychology says kids encoded adults as behavioral patterns, not fixed identities. Change the pattern too much and the character feels replaced. Stress, trauma, medication, burnout, these all shift microbehaviors. Your tone changes, your posture changes, your reactions lag. To a child, that's not growth. That's a character swap. There's also something called state-dependent memory. Kids remember people based on emotional context. If you were calmer before, your entire identity was stored under a different emotional tag. When that tag disappears, so does the person. What gets weird is when children recall details you don't remember ever changing. Old habits, old routines, old phrases you swear you never used. That's when parents laugh nervously and say, kids are creative, because the alternative is admitting someone updated and nobody sent patch notes. Number 8. Memories of siblings that never existed. I used to have a brother. Parents panic. Doctors shrug. The internet screams reincarnation, but neuroscience quietly clears its throat. Young brains are extremely good at constructing social placeholders. Imaginary friends are common. Imaginary siblings are rarer, but more disturbing. Here's why. The brain is wired to expect social density. Historically, humans didn't grow up alone. When that expectation isn't met, the mind sometimes generates a missing node, a placeholder file, and it feels real. But then kids describe names, ages, deaths, bedrooms that never existed, and suddenly it's not cute anymore, it's detailed. Research shows false memories feel identical to real ones at the neurological level. Same activation, same confidence. Which means when a child says they remember someone, they actually do. The question isn't if the memory is real, it's where it came from. So maybe it's imagination, or maybe it's memory spillover. Either way, telling a kid you never had that sibling doesn't delete the file. It just teaches them not to talk about it. Number 7. Kids noticing small design changes instantly. You moved the logo. Adults miss it. Kids don't. Fonts change, colors shift, mascots get redesigned. Children catch it immediately. That's because kids process visuals holistically. Adults process symbolically. You see brand. They see shape, contrast, proportion. Neurologically, kids rely more on the occipital and parietal regions, visual and spatial systems. Adults outsource perception to expectation. That's why you don't notice when your phone icon changes slightly. Your brain already decided what it should look like. Children haven't decided yet. That's why kids point out when something is off by a few pixels, and why they argue about it with alarming confidence. They're not being dramatic. They're being accurate. What's unsettling is when they remember old designs that were quietly replaced, designs you forgot existed, designs that were never advertised as changed, which means either kids are obsessive or they remember versions of things before you stopped paying attention. Number 6. Yesterday, the sky looked different. The sky was wrong yesterday. Adults call it mood. Kids call it data. Children describe sky color shifts, cloud patterns, even the feel of daylight. Meteorology says atmospheric conditions change perception. Aerosols, pollution, humidity, angle of light, all true. But kids don't say brighter. They say, not the same. Children are extremely sensitive to color temperature. Their cones are fresh. Their perception hasn't been dulled by screens yet. So, when the sky's spectral balance shifts, they feel it emotionally, not intellectually. Studies show light quality directly affects mood, memory, and time perception, which means when the sky changes, reality feels different. Time feels stretched or compressed. Adults ignore that sensation. Kids don't. They comment on it. And when they do, we tell them they're tired. Because it's easier than admitting the environment quietly updates. And only the unfiltered minds notice first. Number 5. Child insisting a person once alive. Where did that person go? This one hits harder. Kids ask about neighbors, relatives, even strangers you don't remember existing. Psychology says kids form face memory quickly and permanently. Once someone enters their narrative, removing them feels like a glitch. But sometimes the descriptions are specific. Names, habits, routines, and no one else recalls them. Here's the thing. Memory erasure doesn't feel like deletion. It feels like absence. Adults rationalize it instantly. Kids don't know how, so they question it. There's also childhood hyperempathy. Kids notice people you don't. They pay attention to background characters. The barista, the security guard, the woman who waved every morning. When those people disappear, adults forget. Kids don't. So when a child insists someone existed, they're not clinging to fantasy. They're reacting to a broken continuity. And nothing terrifies adults more than realizing how much they've already forgotten. Number 4. Remembering cartoon episodes nobody else saw. That episode used to exist. Parents Google. Nothing. Streaming history shows no record, but the kid describes scenes perfectly. Dialogue, plot twists, endings. Cognitive science says children binge replay media internally. They remix episodes, splice memories, generate hybrids. Except sometimes they don't remix. They recall. Media companies constantly remove, edit, or quietly replace content. Episodes get pulled. Scenes vanish. Versions differ by region and time. Adults don't track that. Kids do. Children watch without multitasking. No second screen. No scrolling. Full absorption. That makes memory and coding deeper. So when a kid remembers an episode you can't find, it doesn't mean it never existed. It means it existed briefly, and your memory didn't bother saving it. Number 3. Talking about old logos accurately changed. The old logo was better. Kids remember old logos with scary precision. Colors, shapes, mascots, even when brands deny major changes. Neurologically, logo recognition hits the fusiform gyrus, the same region used for faces. Kids process logos like people. Brands slowly evolve designs to avoid backlash. Micro changes over time. Adults adapt unconsciously. Kids notice immediately. What's unsettling is when kids remember designs that match no official archive, designs that feel real but undocumented, because brand history is curated. Memory isn't. So when a child says the logo changed again, they might not be wrong. They might just be remembering the version that didn't survive the rebrand. Number 2. Child saying timeline reset during sleep. The world restarted while I slept. Sleep terrifies adults because consciousness turns off. Kids don't intellectualize it. They feel it. Children often wake with emotional continuity breaks. Familiar things feel slightly wrong. That's because sleep reorganizes memory aggressively in developing brains. During REM, the brain prunes, updates, reindexes. Sometimes it overshoots. That creates the sensation of discontinuity. Adults wake and ignore it. Kids narrate it. So when a child says the timeline reset, they're describing memory desynchronization. Their internal clock rebooted faster than yours, which makes you wonder, if sleep updates your brain every night, how sure are you that you woke up in the same version? Number 1. Parents terrified by exact, detailed corrections. That's not how it used to be. Parents laugh until the details get too accurate. Kids correct dates, layouts, wordings, small facts you're sure you taught them. Psychology says children store original data longer. Adults store summaries. So when details change, kids notice. Adults rationalize. Children haven't learned to doubt their perception yet. Adults have. That's the difference. So when a kid insists reality shifted, what scares parents isn't the idea, it's the precision. Because deep down, every adult knows they've accepted a lot of changes without questioning them. Kids just haven't learned to stop asking yet.